Hi, my name is Tim Seguin, and I've been asked by Mr. Salazar to give a 3 to 5 minute video on my coaching philosophy. It's a great question, and I love answering it. Sometimes it makes people laugh. But my coaching philosophy is educate, motivate, and dominate. And what I mean by educate is this. Obviously, it's about me and it's about the team as well. But for myself, every single day I get emails. I get literature sent to me. I don't necessarily look at them every day. I kind of file them away and I look at it periodically, but I'm always constantly looking to improve myself, improve better drills, better plays, better techniques, anything I can do to help the team out. Also, different leadership things I go to, different ways to manage kids or handle conflict. Those are always something I'm always trying to do, trying to improve myself upon. But as far as education of the team, from a schematic point of view, I have a couple different motion offenses I use, and I have a long list of playbook. I have a very long playbook of plays and X's and O's that I use. I'm an X's and O's type of coach. Whatever the team, how the team is, you got to look at the talent of the team to determine exactly what kind of system you're going to run. Defensively, it's the same thing. I try to do pressure defense as much as I possibly can. Also, I like to run, pressure man-to-man, sometimes zone, but in order to run an effective zone, you got to know how to play man-to-man. So again, depending on your personnel, that's how I dictate exactly what type of defense I'm going to run. But that's just a schematic part. But when I say educate, I mean it's a bigger than just that. When you play, first thing I do is I tell my team every single season, it's a privilege to play, not a right. You got to earn the right to play the game, to play any kind of high school sport. You got to earn it, and you first earn it in the classroom. I like to educate the kids on basically. I have a 19-year-old daughter. She goes to Madonna University, just finished her freshman year on a softball scholarship. But she could have got a lot more money at public universities if her grades were higher. So it begins in the classroom. Bottom line, you have to excel in the classroom before you can excel in the athletic playing field. Second part about education that I like to say is control the controllables. What I mean is that you can only control your effort, you can only control your attitude. You can't control anything else. You can't control the playing time. You can't control what the referees are going to pull in the game. You can't control if your teammate's going to pass you the ball. You can't even control if your shot goes in. All you can control is how hard you try every single day. Day in, day out, practice, games, it's 100% effort all the time. If you're prepared, you're going to be successful on the court, in my opinion. You have to prepare, and that's effort every single day. Secondly is your attitude. Do you come with a bad attitude? Is it a poor attitude? Are you happy all the time? Are you going to get mad if something doesn't go your way? How do you fight through adversity? How do you handle challenges? How do you handle opportunities that are laying before you? How do you handle a conflict between you and a teammate? These are all things that I believe that you can control as your effort and your attitude. And I believe that the part of the education part of being a high school coach and coaching kids isn't just the athletic field. Yes, you're going to learn teamwork, but how to handle adversity, how to handle conflict, how to set a goal and exceed that goal, and the joy comes from achieving that goal with teammates and individually. And I believe education is a very big part. I can probably talk for, you said 3 to 5 minutes, I can probably talk for 2 hours on the education part of the game. I believe education is ongoing, it's every day, myself included. I I try to learn every single day something, and I usually do learn a lot. Day to day, I try to pick up something, not just about basketball, but in life, and I try to give that knowledge as much as I can, because like I told my team last year, you're going to run into different types of people your entire life, and I'm going to be a lot different than somebody else you're going to run into. And it's good to have different experiences and run into different opportunities with different coaches and different people to prepare yourself for life. And ultimately, that's what it's all about, to prepare the kids for the future. And athletics is just part of it. A big part of my coaching philosophy is motivate. And this is something I'm very prideful on. I try my best to motivate kids. For an example, last year, a kid just played varsity basketball, didn't play JV, didn't play his junior year. And at the banquet, he was like, "Yeah, Coach Tim, your halftime speech just really got us motivated." I love to motivate. Sometimes it's a challenge to find what motivates kids, and what motivated kids 5 years ago compared to what motivates kids today is totally different. When I motivate my boys' basketball team, or I motivate my daughter's softball team because I help coach her travel team, it's totally different how you motivate. But the first thing you can do and motivate kids is set goals, a daily goal. Daily goal turns into a weekly goal to a long-term goal. You set goals, and it gives you that drive, that motivation to do it. Give you an example with my job. I start in the morning. I work for Frito-Lay. I'm done when I'm done. If I have nothing to do at the end of the day, the same kind of job takes me 9-10 hours. But if I'm excited, I got somewhere to be, I'm gonna go do something, I'm motivated, there's hope at the end of the day, that same job I do just as well, but I'm doing it in 6 hours because I'm so excited, motivated, the adrenaline's going. And that's exactly what I mean by motivate. I'm very passionate. You probably see me on the sidelines for a few years. I'm a passionate guy. And I try to give that out to my team as much as possible and motivate them in any way possible. And sometimes it feeds off my emotion in a positive way. And the last part of my coaching philosophy is dominate. And it sounds funny, but it's true. If you properly educate yourself, meaning you're prepared, meaning you did all the work, meaning that you got the right attitude, you're going to give 100%, you learn the plays, you learn how to be a good sport, you learn how to handle teammates and how to be with teammates and how to handle adversity. If you bring all that and you've prepared 100% and you're properly motivated, meaning you're going out there, you're giving it your all, you really want it, at the end of the day, you're going to dominate your performance. You're going to dominate the scoreboard. You're going to dominate the game. Even if you don't win the game, as long as you go out there and give everything you got, you dominated. When you're in your schoolwork, when you tried your hardest, you're studying, you're writing a paper, if you did all you can do, at the end of the day, you're going to probably get the best grade you possibly can get. You dominated the performance. You dominated out there. The best times I've had with my team, yes, of course, we like winning and we're high-fiving, but every single year, the most proud I am at my team is after a loss. It's just the way they fight, the way they play, the way they dominate out there. We're not always going to have the most talent. And sometimes talent wins out. But if you give everything you got, they don't give up. They're trying. I see it on their faces. They give it. Man, that's the best thing you can do. And that's what I mean by dominating. So my coaching philosophy is educate, motivate, and dominate. Thank you for listening to my video. Bye.